and I'm Vidhi Joshi. The situation in the Middle East has taken a dramatic and dangerous turn as US President Donald Trump announced that American warplanes have carried out targeted airstrikes on 3 of Iran's key nuclear sites, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. In a televised address to the American people, President Donald Trump described the strikes as a spectacular military success and declared that Iran's primary nuclear enrichment facilities had been completely and totally obliterated. The operation marks a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict between Iran and Israel and signals direct U.S. military involvement in a crisis that has been intensifying over the past week. U.S. President Donald Trump said the strikes represented the most difficult targets yet and perhaps the most lethal, but warned that many targets remained. If peace doesn't come quickly, we will go to those other targets with precision, speed, and skill, he added. He further mentioned that the United States was not seeking regime change in Iran and that diplomatic channels had been used to reassure Tehran that no further military action was planned, provided Iran does not retaliate. The most significant of 3 targets, Fordo, is a heavily fortified uranium enrichment plant buried deep in a mountainside south of Tehran. Due to its location, believed to be around 80 to 90 meters underground, Israel's arsenal has long been considered insufficient to destroy it. The United States, however, employed its most powerful conventional weapon, the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, a 13,000-kilogram bunker buster capable of penetrating up to 61 meters of earth or 18 meters of concrete before detonating. U.S. officials confirmed that 6 such bombs were dropped on Fordo by B-2 stealth bombers and a further 30 Tomahawk missiles were launched at Natanz and Isfahan. This unprecedented escalation comes just days after Israel initiated a surprise assault on dozens of Iranian military and nuclear sites, an operation it justified by citing its determination to dismantle what it claims is Iran's imminent nuclear weapon program. Iran, which insists its nuclear ambitions are purely peaceful, retaliated by launching hundreds of rockets and drones at Israel. Since then, both nations have engaged in ongoing airstrikes, creating a volatile and increasingly dangerous environment in the region. The timing of the U.S. strikes is particularly significant, as President Donald Trump had previously said he would allow Iran 2 weeks to enter substantive nuclear negotiations before considering military action. The timeline, however, collapsed in the wake of Israel's offensive and mounting pressure from U.S. allies in the region. Despite ongoing diplomatic efforts, including back-channel communications between the U.S. and Iran, the Trump administration ultimately decided that direct military intervention was necessary. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi responded to the strikes in an exclusive interview, expressing deep distrust in the U.S. and condemning what he called a betrayal of diplomacy. He said Iran is not prepared to engage in negotiations while aggression continues and emphasized that Iran reserves the right to retaliate in self-defense. He questioned the sincerity of U.S. diplomatic overtures, suggesting they may have been a cover for pre-planned military operations in coordination with Israel. Araghchi also reaffirmed Iran's position on uranium enrichment, stating that zero enrichment, a key U.S. demand, was not acceptable. He further criticized U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff for repeatedly changing his stance, suggesting the envoy was unable to deliver on promises made during negotiations. The foreign minister emphasized that if the United States continues to support Israel's strikes or engage in further attacks, Iran will respond with force, adding that when there is a war, both sides attack each other. That's quite understandable. When asked about President Trump's recent comment about knowing the whereabouts of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, but choosing not to target him at least for now, Araghchi dismissed the remark as both insulting and unserious. He said Iran has always treated President Donald Trump with respect and expressed astonishment at the tone of the U.S. president's rhetoric. The path forward remains uncertain. Araghchi said that negotiations could resume, but only if Washington halts military actions and instructs Israel to cease its operation. They can stop this process very quickly, he added, and then we will consider diplomacy once again. With tensions at a boiling point, the region now faces a critical juncture. Whether this leads to a new phase of diplomacy or a broader way, both depend, so do in the coming hours and days. For now, the world watches anxiously as the US, Iran and Israel stand on the edge of a wider conflict with unpredictable consequences. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera. For more updates, do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.